Keith from Divorce the Horse here, and today we're with Grill Meister Dave on some pre-cooking tips. What do you got going on, Dave?
Well, today I got a brand new carbon steel wok, and we're gonna season it and get it ready. So it's kind of a non-stick thing. You got to season these things and treat them like they're cast iron, and keep oil and season them, and kind of build up that layer of non-stick on them, and it keeps them good and working good for years. So that's the wok. I got some grapeseed oil. I got my charcoal starter. I seen a guy on YouTube, I can't remember where it was, but he was seasoning a cast iron fry pan, and he was using basically this kind of method. So it keeps a nice high direct heat at the bottom, heats it up, and then you can get that oil scalded on the inside the pan and get it ready for work. So that's what we're gonna do. So I got some newspaper, a jet fire thing, and we're gonna fire up the charcoal and we're gonna get it going.
All right, let's get started.
Now we just wait for the fire to get nice and hot, and we're good to go. Hey, now, well, charcoal's been going. It's getting better and better. As you can see by the glow and the flames, it's working its way up, getting all those charcoal nice and hot. So at this point, this is where I got to set the wok on top, start heating it up. And I have gloves on to kind of help with protecting of the hand in case the handle gets too hot. So we're going to let this heat up, and we're going to put oil in it. Want to run it around and get that oil burnt in there like you would a cast iron. So now we just wait for things to get warmed up, and there we go.
Yeah.
Been letting it heat up on top of the charcoal for a minute or so, getting nice and hot. As you can see, it's doing its thing, getting it nice and hot. We'll pour a little bit of oil in the bottom and kind of work it around and start getting it coated all over there. I'm using grapeseed oil because it's got a high flash point. It doesn't just take off and flash up and burn your eyebrows off. It has a high temperature point, so it's good for tempering and seasoning cast iron and carbon steel pans. So let's start to get the first coat on. We'll have to do this like 3 times. You do it once, get it worked around and scalded in there. You let the pan cool down, then you heat it back up. Do it a second time, let it cool down, heat it up a third time, do it once more, and then you're good to go. And then you just keep it like a regular cast iron after you're done cooking with it. Dry it out completely, put a little coating of oil in it, and it should work for a long time. All right, let's get some oil in. And we're just going to let it heat up, and we'll start working it around. Now we're going to let it get really hot and start making a nice black coating on there. So now it's a wait. I'm back. Well, Keith is back. He ran some errands, and so what he saw was a nice shiny silvery pan. And now what do you see, Keith?
You burnt it.
Yes, I did burn it.
It looks like Boy Scouts trying to make lunch.
Pretty much. But that coating is what's going to give you your non-stick properties on a cast iron or a
skillet.
Yeah, or a carbon steel one like this one.
Yep. Now, obviously, then this is made for campfire cooking.
Absolutely, because it's Oriental. Because you think how the Chinese cook, or the Japanese, or most Far East countries, they cook over fire and wood. They use these sort of pans over a very hot flame. And so,
boy, that looks like a big pan, Dave. You could make like a stir fry for a whole family with that thing.
You probably could. Probably could.
Or maybe just me. That's probably a me-sized portion.
That's a Keith-sized portion.
You see me at the Chinese buffet, you know what I'm talking about.
Absolutely. Well, like I said, I went through about 3 or 4 of these evolutions where I put a lot of oil on there, and then I would put it on the hot fire, let it get to that smoking point, which then put this black and the nasty coating that you'd say, well, I need to scour this clean. No, you don't do that, because this is what's going to protect it and keep it going for many, many years.
Yeah. And of course, this just applies pretty much to campfire stuff.
Absolutely.
So
Anything that's cast iron or carbon steel that you're going to use on charcoal, wood, or charcoal, you know,
yeah.
it's what they do. So
Cool.
but like I said, that's the quick and easy way. You put some coals in there and a few chunks of wood, keep the flames going, heats it up nicely, and then you just kind of alternate it around like this, as you can see, which then, you know, gives it that color of nastiness.
Nice.
So we're just going to dispose of the oil.
Hey, don't do that. I'm going to get some popcorn. All the ants are like, ah!
You get your...
You think you woke up hard this morning.
You wipe it down. And I also did the bottom side too.
Oh, it doubles as a hat. Cool.
Yes, it does. But I did the oil on the bottom side too, because that protects the bottom side too.
Awesome. Well, thanks for your tips here, Dave.
You betcha. And we look forward to cooking on this. In the future, we'll have a Grill Meister Dave episode using this.
Nice. All right. Until next time. Peace out.
Welcome back to Grill Meister Dave. This is part 2 of the wok where we cooked it on the charcoal briquettes over here and seasoned it. Now we're going to finish it up by doing some smoke fried chicken wings.
There. Look, it's the Betty right there.
There's the Betty in the background. It's camping season for Keith.
More to come later.
But we're going to get the fire started here on my charcoal chimney.
What? No napalm?
No napalm, not this time around.
Ah.
But what I'm using here is this little Astro here. It's a little torch thing, but unlike some where you use up all the fuel, it's gone. This one, you buy these little cartridges, these regular little lighters, and it converts it into a torch.
How much did that run you, Dave?
It's on eBay. I think it was about, I don't know, I have to look. But we'll have to have you put the link to the video.
Sure.
Works really handy, and it's actually pretty cheap. You buy a 10-pack of these at the grocery store for like $10, whereas just a regular torch itself is about $10.
Yep.
So it works pretty good, as
Awesome.
you can see.
Looks like our smoke's going.
Now get that red flame of loveliness. They are like ready, so we are going to put them on my newest toy, or one of my newest toys. Wouldn't be Grill Meister Dave unless I collected cooking barbecue toys, would it?
No.
I know I need an intervention. I know it's a sickness, it's a disease. I'm dealing with it. So let's go fire this bad boy up. Now look how simple this smoker is. You put a couple chunks of wood in there, and you pour the charcoal over it.
Ah.
It's that simple.
I see.
And then you load top part down.
Cool.
And to cook the wings, we've got a nice little grill pan here. As you can see from the flavor crunches in there, I did some wings earlier to do a test run, and boy, that is so good, it should be illegal.
Nice.
So now we let it heat up for a few minutes. It'll get up to about 200, 220 degrees. We'll put the wings in for about an hour. They're almost done at that point. And then we take them off, we take them inside, and we fry them up in some little oil in a wok for a little bit, for a couple minutes. Then we take them out, put the sauce in, and put them back on the heat, and just toss them and glaze them and caramelize them, and you're eating.
Okay, so about how long for the cook time on this one, Dave?
About an hour.
Okay. And just so you all know, this Smoker is made by Barrel House Cooker Company, and I'm sure you can find them on the internet. Do you like this thing, Dave? Is it?
I love it. It is really simple. It's really easy. Buddy of mine, Quentin, shout out to you, brother. A fellow barbecuer aficionado and smoker junkie like myself. Found it on clearance early spring, late winter, early spring at Walmart for 97 bucks.
Sweet.
They normally go for about 200.
Nice.
So it was a steal of a deal. He got one. I got one. We're both winners.
Some assembly required.
Very minimal, but yes.
That's why I won't be making one.
Hello. It's almost cook time. As you can see at the temperature here, it's around 200 degrees.
200.
Smoke is rising, so let's get the flavor going. Hoo-hee-ha-ho-home.
That looks like a pair of my gym socks I burnt once.
Hear a little bit of that sizzle?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's the warning not to put your finger all the way down to the bottom.
Pretty much.
So what kind of wood are you using in there, Dave?
I'm using oak, and I use some, put a handful of these wood chips in, these bourbon barrel wood chips on there to kind of give it a little bit of a flame, a little more flavor.
Uh-huh.
But I'm using red post oak for the main part.
Nice, nice.
And a barbecue wouldn't be a barbecue unless you had beer and assorted nasty snacks.
Yeah.
We're going to flip the wings around, and it's still holding a steady 225 or so, 210. So it's keeping a nice, good low and slow temperature. Let's take a look. Oh yeah, look at that.
Mmm. That might be worth the wait.
Absolutely.
No, I meant on my hips.
Absolutely. Flip these around a little bit. And we'll let them go for about another half hour. And then we'll fry them up a little bit, coat them in some sauce, and it's eating time. Alright, dinner's almost done. Got sufficient smoke on the wings, as you can see.
Oh, look at those bad boys.
Oh yeah. Now we're going to go in and fry them up a little bit and glaze some pepper glaze on them. Don't you wish you were at my house?
Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, this is not the kind of project you can do in your mobile van or your RV or something like that, but sure looks good.
Yes, indeed. Let's go inside. All right, as you see, got the flame going.
Hot air balloon setting.
You betcha. Put some oil in the bottom of that wok, get it nice and hot, and then we put the wings in and start tossing them around with wok and wok spatula. We'll have all the links on underneath after you watch to see where I got most of this or where you can locate it. So if you were looking to get something like this for yourself, you can. So take a look-see.
Hopefully they all fit.
Yeah.
Void were prohibited by law.
Uh-huh.
Illegal in Hawaii, Alaska, and New Jersey.
Exactly. Can you smell that goodness there, Keith?
Oh, yeah.
So we'll cook them like this for a couple of minutes, and then we'll strain out all of the oil, and then we'll start covering it with this. Found this in the store. It's Captain Rodney's
Sweet and spicy pepper glaze.
That's right. So we have some sweet pepper glazed hot wings tonight. Just took out the oil. Now we're going to put on some pepper glaze. We're going to cook this for a few minutes, let that glaze caramelize and stick all over the wings. And then it's eating time.
Yeah. Amazing glaze. How sweet the sound.
How sweet the smell.
That fed a wretch like me. Awesome.
You're done. Sauce is thickened up quite a bit. Coated and cooked on the wings pretty good. I added a small pinch of chili flake for a little wow factor. Now it's dinner time.
That's what I'm talking about. Some wings and gotta have Campfire favorite baked beans. Always buy bush beans. They're the best.
There we go. Fresh wings. Now we're going to do an official taste test. Oh God, that's so good. You gotta try these, Keith.
Awesome.
So good.
Well, thanks for showing us what you know, Grill Meister Dave.
All right.
We look forward to the next episode.
Remember, it's good to be the king.
Amen.